everyone, Fiona here from Lavender Blue. So today I have a new mini journal for you. Now this one is still from last month's kit, the Lavender Rococo kit. So I am a bit behind because August, as you know, is going to be our vintage Victorian kit and journal, but that will be out very shortly. Be working on that one this afternoon. So in the meantime, yeah, I have brought out a mini journal in the Lavender collection, and I'll just show you. Now, if you are a subscriber on my coffee site, the link is below in the description. I never know whether to call it coffee or Ko-fi. Some people call it Ko-fi, some people call it coffee, but it's spelled Ko-fi. So, but there are lots of freebies over there, but also if you are a subscriber, monthly subscriber, you will always get this mini journal for free. So there will be a mini journal from now on coming out in all of my collections, and that will be free only to members. Otherwise you can go ahead and purchase this one on Etsy. Okay, so I've intended this page to be the covers. So front and back, front and inside. So I've printed on there. So it was intended for these two to be glued back to back. So I've printed mine on, I think it's 200 GSM. So gluing them back to back, it would be very sturdy. So you can do it that way and then add all your other little pages and whatever pages you want to add. But there is another way of doing the cover, and I think I'm going to do it the other way, where I will add in a little spine, just so that there's a bit more room. So there's two ways of doing it, okay, but we'll get to that. So that is the intended covers. Oh, and it measures, well, it's on here, it says 3 by 4.5. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. Now, if you're using 8.5 by 11 inch paper, that will be the case. Yours will be 3 inches by 4.5 inches. As I've used A4 paper, which is a slightly different size, I needed to put shrink to fit on all of my pages. Okay, so if you're using A4 paper and you put shrink to fit, for instance, a lot of the pocket pages you will need to shrink to fit, but you need to do that with all of your pages, just so that everything fits in together. Like, don't just do it with one page, do it with all of your pages. And so then mine's going to be slightly smaller, I think, but it's 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Yeah, so it cuts it down by about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Okay, so we've got this one, and now some of them I've printed on the back. Well, all of the pages I've printed on the back, but not the cover because you won't see the back. So you get patterned papers in here as well. So on the back of this one, I've printed this dark purple one. And those are lined pages and a blank page. Some more pages here. And then I've printed that one on the back. some more here. I've printed that one on the back. You can choose to print whichever one you want to on the back. That one on the back. Okay, so that's the pages. So we end up with a cover plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double pages. And I'll be adding some of my own papers to the journal as well. You can do that. You don't have to just use these papers. So now when we come to the inserts, this is, we've got a couple of pockets with some journaling cards, and then this is a sort of a trifold, and it's got a journal card in a pocket. Now, as I've said on here, print patterned paper onto back. So I've printed the purple. You don't need to print it onto this bit because that's going to be stuck down in your journal. But just onto the back, you'll need to print a pattern. And you'll find in the lower left-hand corner of all of the pages, there's a little layout showing you how these things go together. Okay, so that's that one. Then we have this one here, an envelope and a couple of pockets, which they're placed in your journal like this. And now you don't have to use them on the same page. They're just, you know, you can use them on any page. So each one of these printable pages has effectively has 2 pages, if you get my meaning. This one here, which looks like this when you put it together. And this one here, last one, and that looks like this when you put it together. Okay, so it's a matter of just following the diagram. Ready? Now, I have added in this page also, so we have some more ephemera. And it's I've resized down these tags and these little journal cards from the main kit. So there's some extras that come with your mini journal. Now these papers here did not come with the mini journal, but I've got these out to use. So I've got some extra decoration. So this is the fussy cut page from the original full kit. This is the page of journal cards from that kit, and I've also got this one here because you've got the little small envelopes, and I wanted to use the circles also. So this is from the main kit. Okay, so I haven't decided, but I'm thinking I may include this page in the mini journal as well. So by the time this video is up, it will be listed and you will see anyway whether I've included this page. I think I will, just so you've got some things that you can use if you didn't buy the main kit. Okay, so now the cover. Sorry about my voice today. I don't know what's going on. It's actually been pretty croaky. Not just today, but all week. Now I need to find my cover page. What did I do with it? Oh, guys. My fingers are feeling very, I don't know, fiddly today. Right, where is it? It's probably right in front of me somewhere, is it? What did I do with the... Must be in here. Alright, let's start again. Here we go. So this is our cover pages, okay. Now, as I was saying, they're made so that you can actually just glue them back to back. And you've got your front cover, your inside cover, then you can sew in the rest of your pages. But I'm going to make a little cover out of cardstock, and because I happen to have this lavender cardstock, I've had it for quite a few years. I don't know what. This is Canson, and it's 185 GSM. So it's not that thick, but it doesn't have to be. Actually, that piece that I've got out looks a little bit, it's kind of a bit worse for wear there. And it actually looks a little bit lighter colour. I think I've probably had it out in the sun or something at some stage, because I've had this lavender paper for a few years now and I haven't used it. Well, I have used it on other projects, but I mean, I haven't used it up. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked again. Sorry guys, I tend to get sidetracked. Okay, so let's first put this around the right way. And I'm going to cut sort of need to line this up. Let me mark let me just mark the line. Where's my pencil? So yeah, I'm just continuing up like this so that I know. Because it's a bit hard to, the line is here. Can you see? It's here. But I'm just sort of guessing from the top of my page, you know, where it's lined up. But anyway, that's that. Okay, so let's cut this out quickly. The rest of it I will cut out off camera, so you don't have to watch me doing that. And you can absolutely just print this cover on your, you know what, 80 or 100 GSM paper. Because once they're glued back to back, that will add a little bit of strength. So I'm a little bit crooked on that one. And here. So there's my covers done. Now, because I'm using some cardstock and I'm going to put in a little spine, I'm going to cut them in half, okay? Because I'm going to mat them to the cover. But as I said, you can also just do a cover like this, okay? Just glue them back to back. So these need to be cut in half, so I'll do that now. Okay. Now, I'm going to measure. This is how I'm going to do this. So, we established before that mine is 2 3/4. 2 3/4 inches wide. Now, I just want 1/8 of an inch all the way around when I mat it onto here. So I've got to add 1/4 of an inch that way and 1/4 of an inch that way. So therefore, I'm going to make it 3 inches by 4.5, which is actually the actual size if you use 8.5 by 11 inch paper. So 3 by 4.5 is going to be my front and back cover size, and then we'll do the spine. I'm just wondering whether I should just do it all in one piece, so I don't have to attach the spine separately. I think, yeah, I will, because being a mini journal, I think that will work out fine. So then we add, what we do is we add 3 plus 3, okay, that's what I wanted. So that's 6. And then I want just a little spine. Let's see, 1/2 inch. Yeah, probably don't even need 1/2 inch spine, but I'm going to do 1/2 inch. So I am going to cut it across 6.5 inches. And then the height is going to be 4.5. Okay. 6.5 across this way. Oops, I'm just trying to open my trimmer. I'm getting in a tangle today. Right, now it's open. So that I can see the 6.5. I'm sorry if I'm out of shot. I'm going 6.5, just right here. We'll keep the leftovers because I might use it for something else in the journal. So 6.5 by 4.5, isn't it? Then all we need to do is do a little bit of scoring for the spine. So that's going to be at 3 and 3.5. Okay. 3. 3 and 3.5. I was going to do a 3/4 of an inch spine, but no, it's okay. We'll do 1/2 inch. Because that's what I've cut it for. There we go. I like to turn it over and do the other side. At 3, 3.5. Now I'll just leave this out to the side. But I will be using it to score our pockets and so forth later on. I'm hoping to get this all done in one video. It's supposed to be a fairly quick project. Okay. So now let's get our bone folder. Fold on there. Sorry, burnish on there. Let's do it back this way. through here. Okay. So now we've got our cute little cover, which measures 3 by 4.5. If you've printed yours on 8.5 by 11, your front and back covers, these will already be 3 by 4.5. So if you want to make this cover and you want it slightly bigger, you would just want to make yours 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Your cover 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Mine is 3. What's mine? Sorry, mine is 3 by 4 1/4. Okay. So cute, cute, cute. So I'm just going to, I will glue something onto the spine as well. So there, now you can see how I've measured it. It just leaves me with 1/8 of an inch all the way around, and that's how I want it. So not adding any decoration at this stage. But I think I'll decorate later on, because I just want to show you the basis of putting these mini journals together. So let's get some glue. Tacky glue, I have PVA. Let's do my clear glue. I'm trying to be careful with my finger because I think yesterday I was moving it around a little bit too much and it started hurting again, but yeah, we'll just be careful. So that is our, where's my baby wipe? My cover. I just want to wipe out excess glue. So this in itself is going to add sturdiness to your cover, and then when you glue this one, obviously it's going to add even more sturdiness. Now I should have inked that before I glued it down. That's okay, I'll just do it with this one. You'll notice that they do have a black line around the edges, so if you want to cut that off, then cut inside that black line. So you don't necessarily have to ink. But I like that, the brown sort of ink, and I'm going to ink around the edge of this. Going to ink around the whole thing. Let's do the inside while we're here. I almost did use black cardstock, so just if you don't have, you know, this colour of cardstock, black could go really nicely too, or cream. So yeah. Okay, just 1 second. Sorry about that, my cat's really restless this morning. He's sort of in and out, in and out. So we're just going to go ahead and glue all of these down. Okay, so I have glued the front and back covers on, and then I just cut a thin strip out of I printed an extra piece of this pattern paper, which is part of the kit, and I used it, a strip down there and a strip down there, and it's just an 1/8 to a 1/16 of an inch smaller all the way around. There and there. So we need to put this aside to dry, completely dry, before we fiddle with it too much. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all my pages out, get my signature ready, and then we can go on and put the inserts into our journal. So I've cut all my pages out, and I'm just folding them in half and inking around them. Make sure the fold is well burnished. Ink. And I like to ink the inside as well. Now with these pages too, you don't have to put them all this way. For instance, you can fold them back this way if you wanted to. Okay, so it's all personal preference. So I'll go ahead and finish the pile. Okay, so I've got my signature together, and seeing if I'm in the shot. So I put my signatures together, and there are eight double pages. Okay, so that gives us 16 pages, or 32 pages front and back. So I'm just looking at my signature and thinking that we do still have quite a lot to add to it, because we have all the pockets and tucks and everything to go in. So it is going to bulk out. It's going to come out, you know, a lot more than this. So yeah, so it's probably going to bulk out so that the cover is, you know, more or less level like this, I would imagine. So you don't really need too many other pages in there, I wouldn't think. So I just thought what I would do is just add, so there's 8 in there already. So maybe I'll just add 4 little tea dyed papers. So I'm just going to mark the size of my paper on here using this as a template. Just need to find my pencil. There it is. So we need there and there. That's my width and my height here. Let's see if I can get another one. It's not quite tall enough. But does that really bother me? Sure, let's do another one. So I only need to take a slither off the end there. Trying to get it as straight as I can. And then I think we could just use the leftover pieces, even though they're a tiny bit smaller. That's okay. Yeah, they're just a tiny bit shorter, see? Maybe half an inch. So just put those. That one's a bit taller. So anyway, we'll just use these in the centre. Yeah. So I've got my 4 extra pages here. Just gonna fold. Really well. They're gonna go. Yeah, I'm not sure. Do I want them all in the centre, or do I want to scatter them? Of course, you can do whatever you prefer. I think I might make the centre just, yeah, like a little journaling part. Like that. You could scatter them throughout your pages if you wanted to. Mine's going to go together like this, but I'm not going to put my signature together. I just need to snip this off. If you don't mind it sticking out, then, you know, don't do this bit, but I just want to snip that off. And just poking out the top just a tad. Looks like it's just that one piece, so that's okay. Okay, that's good. So I'm not going to sew them together yet. I'll sew them in. I'm going to start adding our elements, all of our pockets and so forth. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so see, 8 of the pages will have pockets and things on them. So, yeah, it will bulk out a fair bit because that's like almost the majority of the pages. Whoops, I got that a little bit wet, I think. That's okay. So, I'll just go ahead and cut out all of the elements. Okay, so I have all my little bits and pieces cut out, and I've just paper clipped them together with the little diagram on the front, so I know what goes with what. Okay, so this is my signature. First of all, I'm going to use this one, which has the 2 pockets there, 2 cards, and then the little trifold bit. So I'm going to put this one inside on my first page here, these 2 pockets. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is put the one on the other side on the other side of the same page, so that when it comes together, this one will be in the front and the other part will be in the back. So I'm just going to remove these pages. So this is why I haven't sewn together or put together the signature yet, because it's easier to decorate your pages before you do that. Take that off and put it where I can see it. So we've got our little label, which is going to go there. And our little trifold for that side. And then this is the inside pocket for the trifold. And this is the little card that's going inside that pocket. So I'm going to concentrate on the left hand side first. So let's get a little bit of ink. If I can find my little thing, there it is. Just do those cards. Now, of course, you can do this a lot more elaborate. You can sew around, you can put, you know, some paper on the back. But I'm just showing you in this video how to put the mini journals together. So I'm just really doing basic construction. But if I was to, you know, make them to sell or give to someone, I'd probably decorate them up more fully. So we want to fold these on the folds. Fold lines. And you could use your scoring board, first of all, to score these. But just for the sake of time, I'm going to do it this way. Yeah, I thought that one's a little bit wonky. So there's one little pocket. Try and do it nice and straight. There we go. These can have a tiny little bit of inking. Just going to make sure I've got enough room in between them for the cards. That one's going to go in here. You might have to check that you've folded it. Might have folded mine a bit too small, but I could cut a little piece off the card. So that one will go there, this one will go about here. So then I'm going to glue this one down first. So that was about here. Maybe down a little bit. There we go, just centering it on the page. Let's do this one. I'm just doing one thin strip of glue because we don't want glue seeping out all over the place. And that one goes there. Okay, so I think that should fit in there. Oops, it's not dry. Probably should not put these in actually until it does dry. So now what I'm going to do is just take the tiniest slither off each end because I think I didn't cut it quite small enough. So I'm just basically taking the black strip off. Same with this one. Okay. Now they should go in because these are like designed to fit exactly. So I mean, if your folding is just a tiny bit off, it might be a bit difficult and you just need to cut them down a little bit. There we go. So that one goes in there and this one goes in here. Oops, that's not in. just like this one glued down properly. Yeah, I really should wait till it's dry because it's coming away, but let's just, there we go. And that one's in there. Now I'm going to just take them out until they're dry because I don't want them sticking to the pockets. So on this side we have our little trifold. Now this, first I'm going to do it this way so I can see where I am. Well, actually this is the way it goes, sorry. It goes this way. So I printed this on the back, as you can see. So, and this is white because it's just going to be glued down. I'm going to think about a little closure in a minute. Unfortunately, I got a bit of water on my paper. You can see because I've only got an inkjet printer. It actually smudges. So that's that little piece. And we need to put the pocket inside. Okay, that's good enough. Let's fold our little pocket. I'm trying to fold on the very edge of the black bit, sort of to make the pocket as wide as it can go. But it still has to fit in that little trifold, which it should. Let's burnish that down really well. And let's make sure this is going to close. Yep, just. Glue that down. Now this is the little card that goes inside. Like so. Okay, now I'm going to make a little closure. So my little label will just go at the top. I hope I've been on screen this whole time. Do I need to come down a little bit? There we go. There. Now I've got a little hole punch. This one's, is it written on there? I think it's about an 1/8 of an inch or a 1/16 of an inch. Anyway, it's a small one, so I'm just going to punch. If you don't have one, just use a bigger one. A hole. Yeah, maybe about here. And then line it up on the other side. Let's do a pencil mark. Going in, I'm only going in, you know, an 1/8 of an inch or something. Oh, and I went in further with that one, but that's okay. Let's not worry about it. So that's going to just glue down. You could glue down the 3 sides and make this a top pocket if you wanted, but I'm not going to because I don't think we want too much bulk in this little journal. So I'm just going to get a piece of string or twine or something. I haven't got any in front of me. I do have a piece of twine, but it's not really the right colour. If this I can roll up small enough to go through. There we go. So let's just cut them off the same length. It's just a little bit of satin ribbon. This side. There we go. Now I could do a bow or just a knot. I think I'll do a bow. So you could use eyelets if you wanted to. It's not really necessary on such a small, because I've used the small holes, it should be fine. That's not a very good bow, is it? Around and through. Here's my little bow, and I'm just going to glue it down. Roughly the same height as this pocket here, although it's not really going to matter because this back page will be in the back and this will be in the front. But I think that's very cute. Isn't that just so cute? I love mini journals. Let's put these in now. I've just glued them together almost. There. And this one goes in here. And there's the first little page spread. So let's have a little looky. That's my first page. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to just skip a page. And then I'm going to use the next page. Now, because I've put this in, you know, the other way around, I've folded it this way instead of that way. I'm still going to use this page, but rather than, what was I thinking? Yeah, rather than doing it on here, I don't want to cover up the images, so I'm going to do it on here. So this would, we would have that one, skip a page, and then we will have something on this page and this page, okay? Let's just put that like that so I don't forget. So the next one I'm going to do is the one with the envelope on one side, which will be this side, and the two pockets on the left hand side. Now these pockets don't come with cards, so this is where, you know, you might want to make some or use some elements from the other kit, which is what I did. So the large pocket is made to sort of fit the whole page, okay? But if you find you need to cut it down because of the fold, you can do that. I can already see mine needs to, oh, might be okay, we'll see. Let's fold this down. I'll fold this up. Trying to get it straight. I'm just making it a little bit smaller because I want it to fit on that page. Yep, that fits good. Now you don't have to glue down this one if you want it as more of a tuck, but you can glue it down the side there. Glue that down there. And I'm leaving this side open. Glue down this little pocket. And this one you want to just do, I don't know, it's probably 1/4 to 1/2 inch away from each edge, kind of in the center of this one. Sort of have even space on each side and the bottom. So that one's going on there. Okay, so that's this one. Now it's just the envelope, which is pretty quick and easy, but it's going to go here. was a bit crooked. So these are the little side flaps, which I probably should have folded in first, but it doesn't really matter. I can still do that. So as you can see, we don't really need, I didn't really need this on the other side, but I put it there in case you didn't want to glue it down, you know, because you can do whatever you want. But I'm just going to glue this together like this and have it opening and pop something in there later on. I'm just putting glue on these two bits. And that's all you need. Because you might want to, you know, you can make this journal however you like. I'm just sort of doing the basics, showing you how the elements go. But you might want to use this inner pocket, free floating or something. So let's just get my glue. So going on there like that. Like that. And you know, you could also add a closure. I'll probably add, that's why I got these fussy cuts out from the other kit, you know, possibly one of these, well, not those ones, but maybe one of these little circles. I think that would look really nice on there. So let's put one on. So this is part of the ephemera of the main Lavender Rococo kit. Oops, I've got my arm in my ink. So what I'm going to do is just glue the bottom of this down, and then we just have a little tuck for our envelope there. So it's just the bottom bit. Down. Okay. Allow that to dry as well. So this is what we've got here, this pocket and this little tuck here. Okay, so let's find our signature. So this one's going to go like this. Now I'm going to once again, skip another page. So skip this one. And so the next one's going to go on the back of my lined paper, my lined pages. Open this out. The next one I've got is the side tuck here and the double pockets on the other side. So, and this is to go into the side tuck. So these just go on here like this. Like this, sorry. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the binding, and it's not going to be, well, don't think I'm going to sew the signatures in. I'm going to do an easier binding. But they are able to be sewn in if you want to do it that way. I love these patterns on this paper. So just making sure that's going to fit. Yep. So there's the longer pocket. Taking it right to the edge. Our smaller pocket. I'm going to need to fill up my glue bottles, I think. Right there. Okay. And allow them to dry before you think about putting anything in there. Allow them to dry. Let's just make sure they're not going to stick to each other. Now let's put our little side tuck on. Oops, I should have burnished. It is quite important to burnish your folds because it keeps everything sitting a lot flatter in your journal. But if you don't have a bone folder, I mean, just use like the handle of your scissors or a butter knife, something like that. So that's going to go in there like that. Now that closes, yeah. Everything should fit together perfectly. And as I said, if you're using A4 paper like me, put shrink to fit on every page, not just one page, so that they all will go together the correct size. Because my printer, I've got fill page or I've got shrink to fit. And if I filled the page, some of the elements would have been cut off. Because I have made this 8.5 by 11, designed it on 8.5 by 11. I've only done that because the majority of people who make junk journals and, you know, buy from me are usually, the majority of people are from the US. But just because I've designed it on 8.5 and 11, I just want you to know that you can still use your A4 paper, because that's what I do. I use A4 paper. It's only a tiny bit of difference in the size. And that's only for little things like this. Oh, this just goes in there. I mean, with patterned papers, you know, full pages, you can just print them, you know, as per normal, because they're going to fill the whole page anyway. But if you want a journal that is cohesive, like all your pages and all your elements that are going to, you know, they've been specifically designed for that size of journal, just do everything on shrink to fit, or on, you know, maybe you've got a percentage, like you might go 90% or something, but I don't have that on my printer settings, so I'm not sure about that. But I'm thinking now that perhaps I'll bring some of my kits out in both A4 and US letter, just to make it easier for some people. But as I said, I use A4 and it works for me just to make sure I print everything the same size, the same settings. Okay, so now we've done this one, and that's really cute too, isn't it? It's got a tall card in there. And just imagine it, you know, all decorated up and things in the pockets. But I'm going to run out of time in this video to decorate. And I've got a lot of other things to get on with, so now I'm going to miss a page, and then I'm going to do the next page. So that's going to be, for me, it's going to be blue polka dot. So that's already kind of, you know, bulking it out a bit. And this one is just 2 sort of V pockets, and then 2 slant pockets on the other side. So everything coordinates. I've tried to make sure that it does. So it doesn't really matter what you've got printed on here. You know, it will still coordinate everything. All the colours and everything coordinate together. And same as if you use this alongside the main kit. It will all match together. Same as the patterned papers. The patterned papers are a complete kit on their own. But they, yeah, they all coordinate. But you have patterned papers in this little kit. Some of them. Okay. It's going to go on there. And this one goes on top of that one. Okay. Better glue this one down first. Now you want to make sure it's away from the fold, just a tad. Just a, you know, a tiny smidgen, just so that it's still going to fold nicely. But, so as I said, every month from now on, every collection will have a mini journal. So this video is really like the main video. I've put that on the wrong side, haven't I? Not that it matters, but I actually want this on this side, not that side. Whoops. Just wipe this glue off. It should still stick, I hope. Yeah, so what was I saying? So this is sort of the main video for putting together, you know, the basics of the mini journals. And then, you know, some of them in, like say when I do the Vintage Victorian one this month, which is the collection coming out this month, you know, I may do a different cover, I may decorate it a different way, but you know, this is just the basis of how all these little pieces go together. Well, I've already done a different cover here, which you saw if you watched earlier in the video. I explained that to you. And then we've got a deep pocket and a smaller pocket. So what you add to your pockets and how you decorate is up to you. I may go away and decorate this and then come back with a flip through, but it depends how much time I've got, because I really want to get on to designing, finishing the Vintage Victorian collection, which is what I'm supposed to be doing this month, but I am behind. And we will also make a, you know, like a nice big journal out of that collection, among other. And some of the kit, as with all of them, some of the collection you've already got free. If you're a Coffee or Ko-fi member, you've already got some of the pages free. As well as you'll get the little mini journal for free. When I say free, yeah, it's $6 a month, but you're paying $6 a month and you get way more value than $6 per month with all the freebies that I do give you. And that's $6 Australian dollars. It's only about $3 US, 3 or 4 I would say. And you get way more value. Plus, you get the extra freebies that are available to everyone every single week. So, yeah, you really do get value there. And you can cancel at any time. Anyway, so I did glue that one down a little bit crooked, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. So let's put that one down and again wipe off any excess glue, because the worst thing is when you do this and then your pages stick together. So we've done all of them, all 4 of them. Should be another little one somewhere. Anyway, we've done all 4 of them, which makes 8 pages in total. So you can easily do every second page, and it just works out nicely. Okay, now this page is a bit, yeah, it's a bit, I'm going to have to burnish it. That's okay. Whoops. Okay. So you can see how chunky and sort of gator mouth that's becoming, even though I've just added 4 extra pages. But I mean, I actually like that. I don't mind. And I could have just put the cover on, you know, by gluing them back to back, and you still have a cute little journal. But I was just also wanted to show you this way of binding, because I think it's easy, but it also is great because you can pull pages in and out to work on them, and you can add in extra pages if you need to later on. So that's what I like about doing it this way. So what I'm going to do is punch some holes. And normally you would use eyelets. I don't know whether I want to do my holes that big though. Let's see, is that going to be too big? No. Just thinking, I'm only using thin elastic though, because this is a, you know, a small journal. Because what I thought I would do is just do these little holes again. I think I will, because it's only small elastic, but if you want to, do the bigger holes and add your little eyelets as you would with, you know, Traveler's Notebook style. So I'm just going to come in about, I don't know, is that 1/4 of an inch? Probably could have gone a bit closer to the edge, to be honest. But a hole in the center. And I don't think they're going to need reinforcing. It's become quite sturdy now that the glue's dry. Now it's your choice what colour elastic. I've just got the thin hat elastic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread this a little bit differently to normal, because we want our pages to fit. That's got a bit tangled, hasn't it? Because if you look at the holes from here to here, if I was to do it the ordinary way, these pages are not going to fit, are they? They're higher than the holes. So this is why I thread it a different way. And this is just for one signature, so we're going to need one piece. So I'm going to go, hang on a minute. So I'm going to go through, let's go through on the outside, I think. Like that. And then I'm going to go over no, that's not right. See, I always get myself confused with this. So I'm going to go, hang on guys, just let me think for a minute. Okay, so this is how we do it. I'm going to just hold that down there like that, just to make sure I've got a little bit of a length. Now I'm going to wrap this over the top and bring it through the hole. Right, and this way you will end up with 2 elastics. You could you know, you could actually add in 2 signatures if you wanted to. And then what we do is I'm going to cut this other end off. Scissors. And I'm just going to do the same on this one. So I'm going to go over the top and bring it through. Over the top and bring it through this, through here. So you're not going to see any on the outside. And as you can see, we've got a full, doing it this way, we have a full length for our pages to go in. And you might say, well, isn't that going to buckle? Well, it's not. Just don't do it too tight, okay? So just tight enough without bending your page. So then you have got an extra elastic here that you might want to add something into. You can add a little folio, or you can add more pages. You could break yours into 2 signatures. Pull it really tight. Okay, I'm going to leave mine like that for now without putting, you know, anything extra in. Okay, so my pages are going to go behind this one. So they fit in there really snugly. See that there? There's the outside. Like that. And then I'm going to do a closure because, you know, it's going to sort of sit like this. Unless you could just sit something heavy on it, but I prefer to do a closure. Now don't do your elastic too tight, okay? You don't need it tight because once you've got your pages in, that's really secure. And then here's the other elastic that we could add something else to if we wanted to. So I'm just going to do a simple closure. I'm going to put an eyelet this time in here. Just a normal sized eyelet. Like this one. Yep. Roughly the center, I'm eyeballing. Now, I'm going to get one of my eyelets. I actually could use gold, couldn't I? Because there's gold in this printable. Well, it's yellow, but it's gold, if you know what I mean. So let's put this one in. There we go. My eyelets in there. And all I'm going to do is put some ribbon in there and do a wraparound closure. So, actually I've got some gold ribbon. Where's that gone? There we go. I think that might look nice. Yeah, that looks beautiful with the I don't really know how long I want it, but I just sort of measured 6 widths roughly. And I was just going to put it through here. Like this. So that's attached. And then do a wraparound and then put that through there. And you could dangle something off your little bits there. I think I'm going to just cut those off. And there's the closure. Let me see, how else can I do that? I could wrap it around a couple of times. Maybe. Let me see, I wonder if I can tie a bow. Hang on guys. So, I mean, yeah, you can do any closure that you prefer to do. But I was thinking if I put one piece on either side, maybe I can tie a bow with these ends. Or a knot, just like that. So there is, I don't really like her face covered up though, but there is our cute little mini journal, mini Lavender Rococo journal. Well, that's the basic structure of it. So I hope you like it, and if you do make one, I just love to see what you've done. I'm going to decorate mine up a little bit more when I get the chance. So if you do make it, how about you tag me in your post so I can have a little look. Okay, thanks very much for watching guys, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.